I'll be liking myself a little bit of the Hydra-Bell at the moment. Okay, so this episode of Blood Lad, we got I really had a lot of fun. I think I enjoyed this a lot more than the second episode. So Staz and Fumi come to like real world, and like Staz like is surprised to see like her room, saying, "Yo, your room is boring. It's like there's nothing here." She's like, "I want to keep it safe and clean." And the animation was like really weird because there was a bit when she was like trying to talk it, like it was all jiggly and stuff, and you know the jiggle figure six, the rest were pretty interesting. And then when you go downstairs and her father was like, "Where the fuck was you last night?" and like all this screaming, and then he just sprays him like with some water, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm fine." Like oh good, he Staz the enrolls to him, and so and what that is that he since like vampires can control humans, what he's done is because of their saliva he's made it into a bowl where he can just practically like just change people's memories and alter them. So that's pretty interesting. Like, but as well, they've got a little problem as well since like the Yumi is started to disappear. So like Stat had to give her some of her blood to keep her, you know, alive. And she was also getting really upset as well because like Staz was changing everybody's memory, saying, "Oh, you are alive, you are doing this and that," and she didn't really want that. But I kind of like that Staz. He sort of understood it, but then he was still being himself. And I don't know. I think he did like an interesting sacrifice because of that, because he actually gave like the blood, although she really did not like it at all. But then we got interested like introduced to probably one of my I really like her at the moment, and that is Hydra-Bell, like this very like weird girl like with a big ass like bag and big ass breasts as well. As they were pretty bouncy and pretty big, and what she was like explaining that she's a treasure hunter, and that black curtain from the part of from the start of the episode is actually hers, and someone's been stealing it and been using her ability. So I don't know who's been using it, but it has to be someone high because she's like literally. Apparently, she's very top at like spatial magic, and she's very weird. And she even took Staz, like she just had to make a frame and she can teleport them anywhere else. And turns out they had like Staz to take like these underwears from like this ogre, and then she after a while after Yumi and her got along, told him say, "Oh, there's a book that can bring her back to life called the Book of Resurrection." Um, and apparently it's to the west with the wolf, and I'm guessing that's who we see at the start of the opening. So I'm looking forward to it. It was a cool episode. I really enjoyed it. The bit at the end was pretty good. He like freaked out when he said, "Oh, it's the wolf," like, and he's like, and he seems to have a relation with him. Yeah, like he just say, "Oh, I know this guy. He's like a boss of like the West place," and saying like he's a rival. I was looking forward to that. Seeing like they get to have that old face down again. And we do see him in the episode, like he's some like silver head guy, like you know he's a guy looking guy. So I think I've heard like there's a boxing match or something that happens. So I think that might be next week. But I'm looking forward to it. Like so, let me know comments like what you thought about this episode of Blood Lad. But that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching. Remember, Savagezweipanda, sign out, and I'll see you next time, people.